G flat,
What's up, everybody? How's it going out there?
E flat,
In the background you hear the note memorization
G
tool
flat.
that I ended up writing in ActionScript.
A flat,
And this tool comes with the
B flat.
video for the second video of how to master the fretboard
D
to help
flat.
you memorize the fretboard. Because
D.
a lot of times when we are practicing and we're trying to come
D
up with
flat.
random notes to test ourselves,
B flat,
we kind of pick notes that we already know subconsciously,
D
and
flat,
it makes us feel like we know where everything
E.
is. But when you end up having just random notes
E.
get thrown out, tests you a little bit.
E.
Not to mention it gives you a little bit of test anxiety, and that pressure
F.
sometimes makes us where we can't even, remember
B flat.
where these notes are. And that, I think, is a good thing,
D
is to
flat.
have this pressure, just in case you're ever out on stage and you feel that
A
pressure
flat.
performing. This will help
E
you with
flat,
it. And this also, you can adjust the speed of it too.
B.
Okay, but
D flat,
the whole point of this program or this script is
D.
to help you go through the different strings. Just
C.
pick it until you start feeling comfortable, you don't make any mistakes, then you speed
D.
it up a little bit, and eventually you get to a point where you just like bop, bop, bop,
A
bop, bop.
flat.
It helps you with the note memorization. And the first video really is about learning the notes on the fretboard, just knowing where they all are, and not looking at the fretboard and feeling confused or feeling a little intimidated. Just looking, I go, I know where that is, I know what this is, right? And as I had mentioned before, using the method that I show in the first video, within an hour you should already start feeling pretty comfortable where all the notes are. And even with the note memorization tool, calling it out, you might make a couple of mistakes at first, but then if you practice this just for a few days, after a while it starts becoming second nature, and you just know where the notes are. But I do want to talk about something else, because in those videos I also talk about music theory, and I talk about how the guitar neck, the fretboard, is almost like an abacus. It's like a computer. If you know where to look and you know what patterns there are, it tells you everything that you need to know. And you don't even need the internet anymore for looking up stuff about music theory, because it's all right here. Here's a great example. Okay, not all of us. In fact, there's probably only a handful of us. If I were to sit there and say, what are the notes in the key of, I don't know, E flat? What are all the notes? Most people are going to have to get up on the internet, and they're going to say, what are the notes, in the key of E flat? Or if I said, what are the chords? What are the chords in the key of G minor? What are the chords? You would probably be like, I don't know, right? I have to get on the internet, look it up, or whatever. The videos go over how you can do that stuff in your head, and it's just cake. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, I'm not going to pick C, because C is super easy. The notes in C, we know it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? There's no sharps, there's no flats. But let's pick something like I don't know, A flat. Okay, so the notes in the key of A flat, what we're going to be having is we're going to end up having an A flat. Okay, we're going to end up having an A sharp or B flat, just depends. You're going to see that I switch back and forth, and we're going to end up having a C. Okay, and then we're also going to end up having a D flat, we're going to have an E flat, and we're going to end up having an F sharp. But we're also going to end up having a G. Okay, those are the notes that are in the key of A flat. And how do I know that? Well, because I'm visualizing the fretboard in my head right now, and I'm using a simple pattern that tells me exactly what the keys are, the notes are in any key. And the only thing you have to know is just the E string and the A string. That's it. The only thing that you have to know is the E string and the A string, because everything else is basically going to end up falling right in place. A flat. This pattern is one of the patterns that I teach in the videos, and I call it every other, because I'm just hitting every other note. Okay, just like this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so how did I know? Well, I visualized in my head the E, and I said, well, where is A flat? Well, A flat is right before A, so it's on the 4th fret. And I say, so A flat, let's just skip one, that's A sharp, or it's B flat, and it's a C. Okay, then we're going to go right underneath it and do the exact same pattern, D flat, E flat, F, okay? And because we are at A flat here, the note that goes right before the fundamental or the root is always going to end up, there's going to be one that's always a half step down. So you go G, okay? Those are the notes in the scale, and those are the only notes. Those are the only notes in that scale, okay? There's the 7 notes. Look how easy that is. And it works on any, that you never change that. You never change that scale. So let's say, for instance, you want to know what it is like in the key of B flat. That's how you do it. That's how you figure it out. So you have B flat, you have C, you have D, okay? We go right underneath it. That's E flat, that's F, and that's G. But we also end up going down a half step, A. Those are the notes in the key of B flat. You might say, what about the minor? What if it was like an A flat minor? What are the notes in an A flat minor? Because it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same, would it? So what we can do is we can, instead of doing every other, which is one of the patterns, I call it one up and one down. There's one way this way, or like this. And that's exactly what we can do. And use this pattern. And that will tell us what the notes are. How do we know that that pattern is going to work? Because if we come up here in the C, in the key of C, and we go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, okay, those are the notes in the key of C major, okay? But in the key of C minor, it wouldn't be that way, okay? But we know the relative minor to the key of C, and that is an A minor. But I can't come here and do that because that would be an A major, right? So what we can do is we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay? Those are the notes in the key of A minor. So that means that pattern will work anywhere that we have it. So if it was A flat minor, that would be the notes in the key of A flat minor. And so those notes, A flat, A sharp, or you can say B flat, B, D flat, E flat, E, and G flat. Okay? Those are the notes in the key of A minor, A flat minor. Okay? Those are the notes. And all you gotta do is memorize that pattern, memorize that pattern, and you got this. Now there's another pattern that you can do, which I teach in the video, that is similar to this. That is actually based off of this other pattern that I teach in there, which to me is much easier. Not only does that pattern tell you what the notes are in that particular scale, it also ends up telling you what the chords are in that scale. And it doesn't matter if it's a minor key or a major key, because it works the same. It's everything is repetitive, everything keeps us, and it's so easy as soon as you learn the patterns. And that is the point of those videos that I had made, is to make it where it's just so easy to figure this stuff out, and you own it. So we can do D major. We can do it in our head. What we do is we sit back, okay, I got it. Okay, I see the fretboard in my head. So it's going to be D, it's going to be E, it's going to be F sharp, it's going to be G, it's going to be A, and it's going to be B. And because of that, we also end up having the one that's right before it, so it's a C sharp, right? Those are the notes. And we can test it. We can test it. You know, D, E, that's an F sharp, right? G, A, B, C sharp, okay? So it doesn't, I don't have to memorize every single scale, because I know the formula, and then all I have to do is just visualize the top 2 strings, and I can tell you the notes in any scale. I don't need the internet anymore. I don't need any books or anything. Doesn't matter what scale it is. I know what it is, right? But anyway, guys, go get these videos. There is no excuse why you cannot memorize the fretboard, that you can't memorize the notes on the fretboard. There's no excuse why you can't do the scales in your head, or telling me what chords are in a particular key or whatever. There's no reason why you can't do that anymore. I mean, these videos, I lay it out for you. I show you about why the chords are named what they're named, how you go about building these chords, and how it's easy. It's easy. And people have been teaching us wrong for too long, and it's been confusing us. It's easy. Trust me, this stuff is easy. Go get the videos. Okay? Anyway, guys, it's Friday. I'm tired as a mother. I've been up since like 2 o'clock. But I wanted to get this video out there. And you gotta get them. You gotta get these videos, man. It's probably going to be one of the most important videos that you've ever gotten if you're a guitar player. Especially if you feel uncomfortable around the fretboard. Which most guitarists do, you know. Anyway, guys, that is that. I'm going to put a link in the description so you can get these videos. Like I said, it's $10. It's hardly anything. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later.